Hello YouTubers, welcome to my presentation on the battle at the Metaurus. We go back to the year 207 BC. Hannibal has been rampaging through Italy for at least 12-13 years. You have to understand that the battle at Cannae was 11 years earlier. He doesn't get control over Roman territory because the Romans don't give up, they keep fighting. So he asks the Carthaginian Senate for extra soldiers. The Senate is a bit jealous about all his victories, so they decide not to send him an army. However, Hannibal has a brother named Hannibal, who is the governor of Spain, and he assembles an army of about 30,000 strong, goes to Italy, almost via the exact route that Hannibal used, not in wintertime. Fortunately for him, he does it during springtime, which makes it a lot easier. However, he's trying to reach Hannibal. Hannibal is not aware that his brother is on his way, and all of a sudden he bumps into a Roman army. Now, Hannibal thinks he's facing one consular army, but he's facing actually two armies, two consuls joined together, but put all his soldiers in one camp to make Hannibal think that he's only facing one army. However, one morning the signal blower makes a mistake, because when a consul goes onto the campsite, they have a signal, and this guy blew the signal twice for two consuls, two signals. So Hannibal knows, uh-oh, I'm facing two consular armies. He's trying to escape, but unfortunately, because of wrong guidance, he doesn't end up anywhere. He ends up more or less at the Metaurus river and is forced to engage in a fight with the Romans. This is the situation. We have the river here, 37,000 Romans, 30,000 Carthaginians. As you can see, there's no triangles. In my presentations, a triangle is cavalry. I've looked it up on the internet. I know that Hannibal has little cavalry, and the Romans had a lot of cavalry, but I don't know where they were placed, so I leave them out. Should anyone know where they were, please let me know. It's always nice to know where this cavalry was placed. What we have over here is rough terrain. You have to understand, this is nice and flat, and this is rough. It could be hilly, it could be cliffy. Yeah, the ancient guys don't really say what it was. We just know it's very rough terrain. Here we have the consul Claudius Nero. Here we have the consul Salinator. Here we have another bloke. The army of Hannibal, his strongest force, the Spaniards, the Ligurians, and over here he placed the Celts. Now, the Celts are placed behind this rough terrain because the Celts had a big party the other day and they're still drunk and hangoverish, and they're not very reliable. Hannibal is hoping that because they're placed behind this terrain, they won't be needed to fight. I'm going to show you now the next phase of the battle. Phase 2 of the battle. What I didn't tell you was these little squares are elephants. Hannibal managed to take 10 elephants from Spain. And they do their work. They create a big chaos in the Roman lines. And elephants also create a little bit of chaos in their own lines. Elephants are quite unpredictable. However, the use of elephants is in the favor of Hannibal. Claudius is not able to cross this terrain. He gets very frustrated, especially because these forces are in a lot of trouble, a lot of chaos going on. And he takes a bold move. As a decoy, he leaves the front line of his soldiers at the terrain, and he takes the rest of his soldiers, goes around the back of his own army, forms another line, and he crushes right into the right wing. You have to understand, they push, they push, they push, they push, and the big chaos, and at the end of the day the entire force of Hannibal is being annihilated, and the Romans lose between 2,000 and 6,000 dead. Hannibal knows his game is up, takes his sword, jumps on his horse and rides into the fighting man, and he gets killed. The Romans capture his body, decapitate him, and send a messenger with his head to a camp of Hannibal. And they throw the head over the fence. Hannibal is appalled because, his brother is dead and he had no idea his brother was coming, so it was a big blow to Hannibal. So in a nutshell, the battle at Metaurus. Thank you very much, and of course, if you know where the cavalry was, let me know. Thank you very much.